Hey, welcome Broken World Entertainment, and it looks like Bob Iger is talking out of both sides of his mouth once again, because now Bob Iger is confirming there is no superhero fatigue, as Disney has already killed weak projects. My good God, do we need to see what those projects were if he thinks the crap they've been putting out are good. And here's the thing, with him saying this and saying, oh, we've killed the weak projects, but we're still failing, but it's not because of fatigue, well then he must be admitting that what they've been putting out is dog crap, and yet he's trying to tell you they didn't. So why did they fail then? So according to him, they didn't fail because they're bad, but they also didn't fail because of superhero fatigue. Yet previously he already said there's basically fatigue because we pumped out so many projects at the audience at once. So which is it, Bob? Is it there's no fatigue, or is it there is fatigue? Is it we killed weak projects, put out the good ones, or is it we put out too much all at once? But the one thing we can take away from what he has to be saying is that what they've been putting out are dog shit. And the funny thing is, like, he wants to say we're fine, and yet Kevin Feige's approach to Phase 4 and beyond has been a massive misfire, as films like Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Love and Thunder, Quantum Mania, The Marvels all failed to deliver. Likewise, Disney Plus hasn't had any success, with the MCU spending billions on projects nobody liked or watched. Ditto for other Disney Plus shows, including Lucasfilm's Willow, which they deleted off the service, Destin Daniel Cretton's American-Born Chinese, and the dozens of shows Disney yanked in order to not have to pay residuals. Again, because no one is watching. And yet, with all of that being said, he's still trying to sit there and say, we're pivoting to other things, and we're going to do this, we're going to look at quality over quantity. Well, quality over quantity means that, once again, you're admitting we've put out nothing but dog shit. How else could you phrase it? You could say we made mistakes, but we're going to work on making the movies and the shows and stuff stronger. Because he still says he's very happy with what has come out. How could you possibly be happy with what's coming out? But here's some of what he has said. So he says things like this: we're doing a lot. When we talk about improving our film slate, there are really three approaches. One is you have to kill things you no longer believe in. And that's not easy in this business, because either you've gotten started, you have some costs, it's a relationship with either your employees or with a creative community. We've just talked about Dakota Johnson saying how these things need to stop being made by committee, and here's he saying, oh yeah, creative community. And it's not an easy thing, but you got to make those tough calls. Iger said during an investor conference Q&A. You know, the Q&As where all of his questions are vetted, and they're told, you can ask this. He added, we've actually made those tough calls. We've not been that public about it. You have to look at everything you're making that you do believe in, and you have to take a position that good is not good enough. You have to basically strive for perfection. So he's saying we weren't public with the stuff we weren't happy with, that we cancelled and got rid of, but this other stuff we were happy with. How were you happy with Echo? How were you happy with Love and Thunder? How were you happy with The Marvels? So, which is it? Like, it's not making sense what he's trying to say. And then he says, regarding superhero fatigue, Iger says it doesn't exist, and that what is really going on is the fans are really tired of being fed garbage. So he then is admitting, we've been giving you shit. And he says, a lot of people think it's audience superhero fatigue. It's not audience fatigue. They want great films. And if you build it great, they will come, he said. Noting that Disney has made nearly $30 billion from 33 films. We got to return to something akin to that. And I actually am confident that we will. Okay, first issue here is them wanting the champion. We made $30 billion from 33 movies. No, you didn't. You didn't. And you'll have all the shills and stuff saying, yes, they did. This made that money, blah, 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 blah. No, they didn't, because VAT then means that 30 out of 33 movies made $1 billion. They didn't do that. Not every movie made $1 billion. The first phase, none of them made $1 billion. I don't think they hit their first $1 billion until the actual Avengers movie. And even then, let's take a step back, because the first wave of movies were not Disney owned movies. How quickly they forget. Paramount made Iron Man. I can't remember which studio it was that made Captain America. I want to say Universal, but I'm not sure it was. Could have been Sony. One of them made Captain America. Then if he's obviously throwing in the Spider-Man movies, not yours, Sony's. Nothing in Phase 4. Nothing in Phase 4. And Phase 5, which I think we're in now. Not one of them made $1 billion. Again, we're not counting Spider-Man because Sony. And then he's saying we need to give them great stories, and we need to get back to that. You've just put out Echo, which does anyone even remember? Literally no one's talking about. Inman Vellani's just being reassured of her Marvel future. Oh yeah, Ms. Marvel's coming back. We have Agatha, book of many, many bloody names, because who knows what the hell it's going to be called by the time it comes out. We got Black Falcon Captain America, that's being completely reshot, still coming out. We still have Ironheart coming out. And we still have Kevin Feige doubling down on all this garbage, choosing the failed characters and wanting to put them all front and center. And yet Bob Iger's going to sit there and say, we're choosing quality over quantity. We're making these great where the other ones were weak. So he's basically saying the other ones were so bad that we could have scrapped them, yet we've made billions of dollars from those weak ones. No, you didn't. They've lost you money. They've lost you so much money. But once again, you have Bob Iger talking out of both sides of his face. He really is, because he's sitting there saying, nothing to see here. Look at the shiny in this hand. Ignore what's happening in this hand. Look, we got great stuff over here, while holding a big pile of steaming monkey crap in the other hand. And that pile is the one they keep handing you. But they're telling you it's the shiny one over here. Good God, Disney is a disaster. The man needs to go. And realistically, just get Disney back to what it was. A family-orientated company. Never mind the parks and stuff. Forget that. Movie-wise, just make the movies you used to make. Stop focusing on identity politics and whether you're he, him, they, them, one of those beep, bop, boops. Focus on what you used to focus on. The family. and make good content again. I don't understand why they're struggling so much to do that. It is crazy. But anyway, with that, like, share, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the sub button, hit the little notification button, which helps out a hell of a lot. You people are great that have been smashing it all this time. Comment, all that good stuff. With that, I will leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.